They were motivated, and it's the other issues that were then needed that delayed the issue of the qualification to have marriage officers, of which now we are almost overcoming that, and we will be having our own. So I'm sure also the others who are here who wants to be marriage officers, you shall learn what are some of the requirements so that you put them in order. So you need a module. You are free to reference even this one or to find some more so that you put up yours. Okay? And based on the success of the application of the premarital counseling book, also Apostle Petunia, when she was a commissioner, she was previously invited to be part of the gender-based violence GBV prevention committee housed within the Ministry of Women Affairs, Gender and Community Development then. And in that committee, they deliberated basing on this book to say, let's incorporate these solid principles of family relationships right from the grassroots level, meaning to say ECD curriculum. They could interpret that it is necessary to start at grade 0, putting foundations of what a family is. Because when you talk of rape cases and gender-based violence, it's affecting young ones. And they have to know that I'm now into that temptation. I'm now into that disaster, and make decisions based on those principles. I will conclude by running the topics and probably here and there pick one or two snippets that might be exciting to share with you. But I have the presentation available. It shall be produced into copies, and I'm sure you will all benefit so that you can always refer to it. And the book again will be available. So the first foundation in the book is the God factor. And I'll quickly rush to say the last foundation in the book is sex. Reason why I rushed that is because where there is lack of premarital counseling, sex comes first. The God factor is not there. Now they dictate to say our wedding will be led by a wedding planner. Because men of God, maybe you are now fully anointed and you can speculate and see what we did before we met. Yeah, because you are now prophetic men of United. So they want to put you aside. It's not that they don't have interest in you. Sin has already taken over, and their hearts are hardened. So let's pre-cancel. Psalms 127 verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman worketh but in vain. Your children must understand before you marry them. Yeah. And marriage is not God. Marriage is God's idea. It's not man's idea. So from that point, then they start to see the value of the man of God. They will start to see, because you will be given 10 minutes indeed. When you are having a marriage, you want God to bless the marriage. So when you allow yourself to yada in the presence of God for some time, wonderful fellowship in the presence, and indeed a true blessing will be established in that family. Yeah. Hallelujah. They need to understand. Foundation 2, the marriage covenant. The covenant that they are going to make, you can't rush it. They have to understand what is a covenant. And why do you do? Because that's why divorces come now. Because they don't understand the power of a covenant. Especially made before God. In the witnesses of men of God. Terrible. Yeah. The Bible says, fulfill your vows. Oh, yeah. They need to understand that power. Till death do us part. But you simply say, if you want to go, go. We have to do it, you over our parents, go if you want to go. Yeah. You don't understand the power of a covenant that you made. So let's pre-cancel them, that they see value in what they are doing. Foundation 3, love. 4 kinds of love are defined. Agape, phileo, eros, and storge. I will not define them, you can reference. Majority of them, especially the millennium generation, as I have led them, they want easygoing life, which is the storge kind of love. When I have feelings and I feel like having it, I can just have it. Like someone is a sex slave. But we are talking about marriage, and the focus is family establishment. Okay. And actually, I also go beyond and tell them, this is a model of the real church to come. Amen. The ending of the Bible talks of a marriage to come. The groom meeting up with the church. That is the bride. Okay. So we are a model church. Yeah. That's why we are saying husband is the priest in the house.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
So real love, agape kind of love, should minister amongst them.
Hallelujah.
Foundation 4, acceptance. Love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. She looked nice outwardly, allow me as a pastor. Nice figures. Now she has done some face making, I don't know what you guys call it, but she is now emo yellow. And like a flower, really, there comes the bride. But when they enter into marriage, usually go hali mundo unotanga mabasa. Kana wanga uchida kundiziba. Chakuratidza kuti ndinini manjenjenje. Ya. Kuda kutonga stereki. Now discord has started. So we have to teach them what is acceptance. Even accepting our own weaknesses.
Amen.
Unotanga muzokutanga chaona kuti dzine magwiriri ekuti iwe unototi apa panapa danger. You start to accept that. And actually you love your wife for being human enough. Yeah. You didn't marry an angel. You love your husband. You didn't marry Mikael. Yeah. James chapter 1 verse 17, you can refer later on. Friendship, foundation 5. They need to understand that as partners in marriage, the first friend to be counted is the spouse. You should not talk about any other best friend other than your spouse. You should not laugh too much when you meet your other friends. You should laugh too much with your spouse. I'm now preaching to some of you. Yeah. How often do you laugh? And you kick your legs in the air. That creates an atmosphere of friendship in the family. When you are doing like that in ministry, life becomes easy. And this issue of suspecting each other goes off. Foundation 6, communication. Communication is the lifeline of any relationship. James chapter 1 verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Especially in marriage, train your ear to be quick to hear, not your mouth to be quick to speak. As I have gotten some bit of experience, I've noticed that some people, they are like a hosepipe. Tape your virusa. What about you tender the tape about you no longer need water. You know, Rabbi Shingo Hallelujah. In one counseling session, I then allowed them to speak to the end until I think the Holy Spirit convicted. This person then started crying at the end. She had strength and the power to accuse that one and that one and that one. They are all enemies in her life, and then she started crying. Yeah. We train our mouth to speak too much. Let's train it to be shut and speak only with wisdom. Yeah. Christ is a good example. When he was being accused by those soldiers, he would remain quiet. Yeah. And he allowed them to give answers. And he would say, yes, you rightly said it, I am he. That's maturity in Christianity. Foundation 7, trust. Trust is like a plant. It takes many years to build and seconds to destroy. Our children need to understand these things. It's easy to destroy, to cut down a tree, easy. But to let it grow to the stage where it was in the next 20 years, it's painful. And trust is end. And this is very fundamental amongst spouses. They need to understand. Foundation 8, transparency. Proverbs 12 verse 19. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Disclose all. Allow disclosure and not discovery. If you want to destroy a marriage, especially I've noticed, just not taking sides, but it's one observation, probably some of you can agree with me. Women especially, when you start an issue, it has a permanent mark. After years, when you think this thing is over, it will come back again. You remember that time. That's why we are here. So, we encourage our children to disclose. If you had slept with many others there, make it truthful now. Because when the spouse hears by another person later when you're in marriage, that marriage is in shambles. And falsehood is a fallacy. It will not get you anywhere. Foundation 9, culture and tradition. It was also discussed here. Different cultures in terms of churches and doctrines as well. Different cultures in terms of our culture traditionally. Let's respect each other basing on understanding those cultures and traditions. What we only need to do us now as marriage officers and pastors is to weigh against the Bible. I tell you, there are many good things that are traditional that our culture can. But if you just dictate over them, you destroy the whole family. For example, I once had this discussion over giving Mombeo man. And the pastor was straight on. That one, in each one, don't pay. You can't cancel. Mwana sangano shida. Kana watu zinza kutindoza wanaita. It's only an appreciation. After all, mothers, what do they get? Mugawanyima. Yes. You destroy the family. So what the healthy family have we established? Don't partake in whatever ritual that shall be done, but be willing to give. Yes. It's more place to give than to receive. Beautiful. Good word. Foundation 10, roles of husband and wife. They need to understand their roles. Because the other one is always a wardrobe. I don't know where you go to beat it up, and they expect to be discovered. Socks, Pete, everything. Such kind of relationship won't last. They have to take equal roles to build the family. And teamwork should be encouraged. Yeah. Actually, personally, I tell you, yesterday I was in the kitchen as the husband, proudly. Yeah. And the proud part is you enjoy your own recipe. Because no kind of I was Ephesians 5 verse 24 and 25. I like this scripture when you talk about marriage. It's so balanced. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Hey, good people, if you lead a church where wives are subjecting themselves like a church to their husbands, that's a sweet church. It's a mature. Even yourself, unongo tuchimira, so presence of God comes. But I like the other part. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. It's very easy to pick on things that we don't like about our spouses. Very easy. If heaven was like that, I tell you, no one was going to go to heaven. All of us pastors and bishops here. Considering certain issues that we don't do well. Heaven sees and accounts that. But Christ gave his own life, that we who are unrighteous may be made righteous.
Amen.
So we have to invest in favor of our weak partner, including giving our lives. So in other words, in the world, when you counsel these children, there is no better woman, neither is there the worse one, and the vice versa also. Whatever you find and you have agreed kuti ndiye kana kubatanidza motogadzirisana in this principle. Christ can forgive. You should forgive. 11, money matters. Money can either be your master or your servant. And many marriages also, that break, it also involves money, although other issues come in, but money can be a serious trigger. So help them to learn to save and not to be controlled by money. Yeah, the relationship should be stronger than money itself, so that when there is no money, they remain united. Yeah. Only you see them smiling when they have money in their pockets. It's not the best. Lastly, sex in marriage, I mentioned. But here, we are not teaching them how to have sex. You will read about it. Yeah. Because expectation always comes with the sex styles, you know. We only want not to follow the world. Yeah. Especially internet ministers a lot about these styles. If you are a woman and a man of God, why would you entertain yourself with many of these worldly things? Yeah, there are many souls to be saved out there. Yeah, we read about sex style. Zvinoita zvega naturally, mafundisi ngati amen. Because the sex is actually God's idea. Zvinhu zvacho ndiye akatozvicreata. Yeah. Kana muri kuda kuinventa mastyle itai, but don't publish them. It's bedroom secret. Yeah. We don't preach sex, we preach love, Christ. Yeah. Okay. So, in conclusion, when you teach this one, it's the last. We